We've had reports of rogue sticky notes replicating across this sector. If you don't cut back their numbers, this whole place will be yellow by morning. This crisis ain't over. Now get through the containment door to the next zone. Safe room dead ahead. Might contain something useful, but it'll probably attract a lot of... Oh, you already opened it. Never mind. You sure kicked the nest. There's hiss all over you.
Stand back! Piggy's coming out!
Oh, Paper! You gotta shoot him off me!
What the?
Last containment door's open. Go! Go!
I think I heard something.
FBC FireBreak is an upcoming cooperative first-person shooter developed by Remedy Entertainment that takes place in the world of Control. Set within the Federal Bureau of Control's headquarters known as the Oldest House, players must defend this mysterious building from otherworldly forces that have laid siege to it. As Remedy's first venture into multiplayer gaming, this title marks a significant departure from their traditional single-player narrative experiences. The game supports up to 3 players in cooperative missions that emphasize teamwork and quick thinking to tackle paranormal crises. Players can customize their FireBreak crisis kits with specialized tools, grenades, support items, and paranatural augments to enhance their gameplay strategy. The fast-paced combat features massive waves of enemies with a focus on crisis management and improvisation. The game features an expanding storyline through post-launch updates, and despite taking place after Control, remains accessible to new players. FBC FireBreak is scheduled for release in 2025 on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X, and will be available on Xbox Game Pass and PlayStation Plus from day one.
Atlas 1-1, this is Zeus. Do you copy? Over. We've detected the anomalous presence in the Iron Corridor area. We need you to localize it and contain it. There's a lot of blue and red activity there. Do not engage. I repeat, do not engage. Your goal is simple. Search and contain the anomaly. I repeat, search. Atlas, do you copy? Respond, Atlas.
Phantom Line is an ambitious cooperative first-person shooter that combines post-apocalyptic survival with paranormal investigation. Set in the Iron Corridor of post-nuclear Europe, players join Mortfield Industries as elite operators investigating mysterious anomalies and containing supernatural threats. The game features a unique human operator simulation kit system that allows players to transfer consciousness between artificial bodies, enabling strategic approaches to missions. In this open-world game, 1 to 4 players explore, scavenge, and hunt anomalies from their Icebreaker ship base. Players craft items and manage resources while battling supernatural threats and hostile factions. The game, developed by Anti-Static Studios while the final release date is yet to be confirmed, it is expected to launch on PC, with potential console releases to be announced later.
Haven't been out here in a long time. Jesus, you're too young to remember Activation Day.
fancy haircuts and TV ads is not the life of a PMC.
Senor La Vegas Group, welcome.
Even if we don't have an invasion, let me show you a revolution!
La Quimera is an exciting new first-person shooter that blends sci-fi elements with Latin American folklore in a really cool way. Set in 2064, you play as a PMC soldier with a customizable exosuit in a world that's fallen apart. The game takes you through massive cities with towering skyscrapers and dense jungles where you'll face off against all sorts of enemies, from high-tech soldiers to supernatural creatures inspired by Latin American myths. The gameplay is pretty intense, mixing tactical shooting like in Metro with some unique twists. You can play solo or team up with two friends in co-op mode, and you've got tons of options to customize your character and weapons. What's really neat is how you can modify your exosuit to match your playstyle, and there's this helpful AI companion that gives you tips during fights. The environments are super detailed, whether you're exploring neon-lit streets or creeping through dangerous jungles. The game's being made by Reburn, a studio formed by the talented folks who created Metro and Stalker. While we don't have an exact release date yet, it's coming exclusively to PC through Steam, so keep an eye out for more announcements.
Our informant is weird. Our enemies are weird. The same goes for you too.
PIONER is an ambitious open-world MMO first-person shooter that immerses players in a post-apocalyptic Soviet-inspired world. Set on Tartarus, a mysterious island cut off by a technological anomaly, players take on the role of a former operative investigating the enigmatic Mogilnik station while rescuing stranded comrades. The game features a vast 50-square-kilometer world filled with haunting Soviet-era structures, secret underground labs, and supernatural anomalies. Players will experience both PvE and PvP gameplay, with dynamic missions and intense combat in the Shadowlands zone. The survival mechanics are core to the experience, requiring players to manage resources, craft weapons, and maintain their characters' well-being. Social features include clan formation, raids, and competitive leaderboards, emphasizing teamwork and strategic gameplay. After multiple delays since its initial 2022 planned release, PIONER is now scheduled to launch in 2025 for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X.
In darkest night by the glare of the moon, when shade and shadow start to bloom, light yourself a candle and hold it close. Pray the dear old Phoenix loves you the most.
This island pulls you in. And once it has you, there's no escape. I've lost track of how many corpses are my own. Sometimes I forget why I'm even here, what I'm searching for. The island didn't look like this before. Those who once called this place home have changed. The monsters they worship are even worse. This place belongs to them now, and so we fight. You, me, and all the other seekers. It's them I fear most of all. The strangers lurking in the darkness. The treasure. The ritual. The power it offers you. I wish I could resist. But once you get a taste, there's no going back.
The Bornless is an upcoming free-to-play action horror FPS game that blends survival horror with battle royale elements in a Lovecraftian setting. Developed by Cathedral Studios, the game takes place on Falmouth Island during the 1950s to 60s, where players must navigate through supernatural horrors while competing against other survivors. The game offers PvP/PvE modes. Players can perform rituals using collected incense to summon powerful demons, form alliances with different factions, and manage resources by gathering items and upgrading safe houses. The game stands out with its immersive Lovecraftian horror atmosphere, featuring dark environments and exceptional sound design. It also offers blockchain-based trading and NFT features for exclusive content access. The Bornless has not yet announced its exact release date. Doom. The Dark Ages is the upcoming medieval-themed entry in the iconic first-person shooter franchise that blends dark fantasy and sci-fi elements in a unique prequel to Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. This highly anticipated title takes players to a medieval setting where the origin story of the Doomslayer's rage unfolds through enhanced storytelling with more cutscenes and character development. The gameplay features more grounded, strategic combat that emphasizes melee weapons including a versatile shield saw for blocking and parrying, alongside a gauntlet, flail, and mace. Players will experience the largest levels in Doom series history with sandbox-like, non-linear exploration, enhanced glory kills with slow-motion features, and special vehicle sections where they can pilot cybernetic dragons and Atlan mechs. Doom. The Dark Ages is set to release on May 15, 2025, for PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X and S, and will be available on Game Pass from day one. Forest Reigns is an ambitious post-apocalyptic survival first-person shooter set in a transformed Paris where nature has reclaimed the city. Developed by VG Entertainment, a studio composed of former developers from Stalker and Servarium, the game offers a unique blend of survival, horror, and exploration in a world where sentient flora has taken control. Players navigate through this dangerous environment 5 years after a devastating pandemic, crafting supplies, scavenging resources, and dealing with both mutated wildlife and hostile factions. What sets the game apart is its innovative interactive environment system, where the forest itself acts as a conscious entity that can be either an ally or enemy. The game features realistic weapon handling, extensive gear customization, and a non-linear story where player choices significantly impact the narrative outcome. Players can align themselves with various factions, each offering unique missions and storylines, while exploring a world where nature itself can be manipulated as a weapon, though players must be cautious, as harming the environment will trigger its retaliation. While no official release date has been announced yet, Forest Reigns will initially launch on PC with planned console versions in the future, and is currently available to wishlist on Steam.
Who's ready for a bit of fun then?
Killing Floor 3 is a first-person survival horror game that thrusts players into a dark future where humanity battles against bioengineered monsters called Zeds. The game offers both solo and cooperative gameplay for up to 6 players, featuring a unique Stronghold hub system and 6 distinct specialist classes with unique abilities and weapons. Players can expect intense combat with features like Z-time slow-motion mechanics, extensive weapon customization, and environmental interactions using tools like sentry guns and zip lines. Set in 2091, the story follows the Nightfall Rebel faction fighting against the Horzine megacorporation's monstrous creations. The game features enhanced mobility with climbing, dodging, and sliding through vertical maps, plus the meat system for visceral combat. Players can enjoy 7 maps, 3 difficulties, crossplay, and executions for a thrilling horror experience. Developed and published by Tripwire Interactive, the game will launch on March 25, 2025 for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S.
And like all good sequels, we've included everything that should have been in the first game. More action. More weapons. And more graphics. Get ready for an adventure that took 3 times longer to make, but will almost certainly be 2 times bigger.
The Outer Worlds 2 is an upcoming action role-playing game developed by Obsidian Entertainment that takes players to a new solar system where they'll assume the role of an Earth Directorate agent investigating dangerous rifts threatening a colonized star system amid factional conflict. This first-person RPG features a mix of melee and firearm combat with an expanded weapons arsenal, stealth gameplay options, and a branching narrative system influenced by player interactions with companions and NPCs. With enhanced visuals compared to its predecessor, the game delivers a rich experience that blends action, exploration, and strategic decision-making in a new sci-fi universe. The Outer Worlds 2 is scheduled for release sometime in 2025 for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S.
There were too many. And their weapons. So many good officers that...
We're the cops. All the bad ones should be afraid of us.
Cops shouldn't be feared. What do you want us to be? Judges? Executioners?
What do you think, Murphy?
Surrender, or there will be trouble.
You're going down!
Trouble, then.
RoboCop Rogue City. Unfinished Business is an action-packed standalone expansion that continues the story of the cybernetic law enforcer. After the events of the original game, RoboCop must battle through Omni Tower, a massive housing complex in Old Detroit that has been seized by elite mercenaries. The game features intense first-person shooter gameplay with new weapons like the cryo cannon and brutal finishing moves. One of the most exciting additions is the inclusion of flashback missions where players can experience Alex Murphy's story before his transformation into RoboCop. Players will face various challenges including flying drones, anti-personnel turrets, and heavily armored enemies while navigating through the complex environments of Omni Tower, built by Omni Consumer Products, OCP. Developed by Teon and published by Nacon, the expansion is set to release in summer 2025 for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S.